Want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to the community. So can you tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you're doing?
Sure, thanks Betsy. So I'm Nicole Godfrey. I'm the Global President of Runway Proptech. As a business, we were founded in Melbourne, Australia, hence my accent, back in 1997. We also have an office in Bangalore in India, and last year I relocated to Dallas, Texas to launch a branch office here. So we've been working with new home builders and developers since the company started, so well over 2 decades now, helping them on their digital transformations. So really excited to join the summit next week and share with the listeners some great insights and case studies on work that we've done not only in Australia over the years, but also here with some leading builders and developers. And I'm going to focus on some really practical tools and tricks and tricks around how to get started, common pitfalls, grabbing hold of that low-hanging fruit and measuring ROI across the process. So really excited to join the team.
For those of you who have been connected to the Alliance over the last couple of years, we've been talking about BIM as part of the digitization process. And this time we're going to elevate it to a larger discussion. But here we're really looking at the fact that if you can digitize various aspects of your business, you can create greater efficiencies, you can create greater connectivity between the different teams that you're working with, and access to the data can allow you to have a more strategic decision-making process, reduce your risk and some other benefits. So what I'm showing you on the screen right now here is our rough map of how we look at a builder or a developer's business in delivering housing and all of the different areas that you can digitize your processes. So we'll be covering a number of these next week, and on an ongoing basis, we'll be looking for feedback on how we might want to refine this structure so we can go back and develop additional case studies for you guys in this area. So we should have some great insights from Nicole and some great insights from the other couple of speakers that we've got next week. 22 years is a pretty expansive time frame to be focused on this space. What would you tell people, you know, how to think about strategically looking at digitization in their business? Are there some high-level tips that you could share on that front?
For sure. And Betsy, just to take a step back, in our coffee chat a couple of weeks ago, you asked builders what was the biggest challenge facing their business at the moment, and quite a few of them said it was around that you know, convergence of different technologies and gaining, you know, access to a single source of truth and data. And also I was on a summit a 3-day summit last week and asked several builders the same question and heard very similar responses in terms of not having that visibility and also the long lead time and you know, not just emotional, you know, human and financial investment that people are making to try and realize some, you know, some ROI on their investment in terms of digitization. So I would offer the advice that it should be a whole of division approach to look at current process, to make sure that everybody is on the same page, and to really look at that low-hanging fruit in terms of what are those quick wins that a business can gain, and you really just take a step back and look at things and you know, not rush in, but take things slowly and just take a look at each of the different areas within the business, who needs to be involved, who needs to be on the same page. And I'll be covering off some great case studies around inventory management, sales and marketing that our listeners can leverage.
That would be great. And we'll also hear from, as I mentioned, a couple of other presenters. So you'll be giving the first snapshot, and then we'll hear from Chris Graham from Constellation Building Systems on that kind of meat and potatoes aspect of digitization, followed by CJ Edmonds of SmartRent. And for those of you who end up looking at his website, they started in the space looking at property management for multifamily buildings, but they're now moving into and taking that solution to build to rent, and are working with some of the larger builders who are part of our community to do that in their businesses. I know one of the things you and I have been talking about is just builders and developers really looking for how solutions could be more universally used in their businesses, so that as they're bringing on new technology, they can leverage it as much
Absolutely.
as possible.
Yeah.
So
do it once and use it many times.
so looking forward to that conversation and engaging you in it next week. So thanks for participating with us.
Look forward to it.